Hare-Breadth Hurry is a really fascinating idea. This is a 1963 Warner Brothers cartoon directed by Chuck Jones and Maurice Noble and written by John W. Dunn. And we have Mel Blanc voicing Bugs Bunny. And this is a Bugs Bunny cartoon that features Wile E. Coyote, but unlike the other Bugs Bunny and Coyote cartoons, Wile E. Coyote is not exactly just knocking at Bugs Bunny's door, he is actually chasing after him as if he is the Roadrunner, and Bugs Bunny takes on the place of the Roadrunner, initially with him running very fast, and then with him being very clever and crafty the way we see with the Roadrunner. And I enjoyed it as a concept, as a one-off, as a unique cartoon of having one of the characters in the role of another character is pretty fascinating. I know we see Bugs Bunny with Wile E. Coyote in other ones, where Wile E. Coyote's got a much more prominent speaking role and the pace is a lot slower, but this is basically just a Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner cartoon, but with Bugs in the place. With regards to things that happened, the tiny umbrella I adored. There are certain things that I maybe hadn't predicted, but some of the things are, some of the weapons or the props that are involved, some of them are pretty common, some of them are a little bit more creative, and honestly, they could have done anything. It could have been boring in terms of the tricks that Bugs tried or the traps that Wile E. Coyote set, but because it's got such a unique concept of seeing Bugs Bunny in this role where we're not used to seeing him, it was fascinating, and I really enjoyed it. Had this been the most, a recurring thing, it would have felt a little bit too similar to the Roadrunner and a little bit maybe pointless having him in that role. But because it's unique, it's different, it just feels different. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was a really fun concept. And I wish there were more like this, where we had prominent characters in other characters' roles. I think it would have been interesting to see more of. Unfortunately, I don't believe that happens much more because I know I've watched every Daffy Duck cartoon, I think, and I only have about 4 Bugs Bunny ones left. Quite a lot of Sylvesters. There are a lot more Sylvester cartoons than I anticipated. So maybe we'll see this in a Sylvester cartoon where a prominent character takes the place of another one. It would be fun to see if it works in other ways. But Hare-Breadth Hurry, I think, definitely did work. It's well animated. The pacing is great. Having Bugs providing an audio commentary makes it very different to the Roadrunner cartoons, and I enjoyed it. If you're a fan of the Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner cartoons, then I think you'll enjoy this as well. And as far as being a Bugs fan goes, I think he slotted into the role of the Roadrunner very well. Definitely one I'd watch again and one that I do recommend.